So I was quite a novice to begin with. As with a corporate background and as a parent, I used to listen to offer solutions. Today, as a coach, I understand that any lasting or sustainable change would come if it comes from within the client, from the being of the client. So today, I think of myself as a coaching thinking partner who is on the journey with the client as they explore their own reality or their own truth and understand whatever is the best future for them. Words like trust, holding space, presence were words, but today they are like sacred for me. To be present with the client as they explore their own reality with their own uniqueness, with their own beliefs and motivations and worldviews is something that becomes almost meditative for me. Um, so that's where I'm at today. And then you see the clients as they become more comfortable and they become more at ease. And then they start exploring and then they start talking. And then somewhere along the way, they have a shift in their thinking. So it's quite a joy. It's quite a joy. Yeah, that's where I'm at today. The journey has been phenomenal, honestly. It has been transformational. I remember I used to look forward to the weekly sessions, to the sharing, to the topics. Um, it was intense. There was a lot of deep thinking because the approach was such that it required a little deep thinking. But the facilitators and like Draven and Tracy, they were so good. They kind of used each session to bring about a shift in each one of us with their well placed insights, so that you just go to the next level effortless, and there is a shift. So it was great fun. The sessions were great fun. The self reflections within, between the sessions was intense, and there was a lot of self discovery during those. Um, I remember really doing those self reflections with a lot of thought, and I think it has brought about some lasting changes in me. It has been transformational, and also if required, whenever one anyone requires, there are these one-on-one sessions which are very very useful for me. These one-on-one sessions, mentoring sessions, as well as the one-on-one sessions brought about very deep learnings for me, um, as far as my coaching skills are concerned. So you realize things by doing, and then by mentoring and reflecting. So it's phenomenal. The journey has been very good. I remember I was very keen to join this course because I was fascinated with ontology as the approach. um, and I had no background to an ontology. I was not a philosophy student. I was not even a psychology. I didn't even have psychology as a background, but I was an HR professional. Um, but I remember the course content really excited me when I went through it. It was the topics and the things that they were uh, putting on the table were something which I really was looking forward, and I was not disappointed. The entire wonder of the ontological approach of uh, you know anything and coaching is that you don't really that you start understand you start really getting it. So we had some intense and deep conversations around things like presence, trust, and how what is it to explore the who of the client, or what is it to be authentic, and what is it to be what does integrity mean to anybody, or like for each one of us, for me. And as you understand these concepts, and as you understand the being of what is it to be in a person of integrity, what does it mean to have trust, as you start really getting these things, you see them automatically being evidenced in your conversations in the coaching space also. um, that's phenomenal. So we never really learned the core competencies or that have been recommended by the ICF. We just got them. We just started living them. At no point do I remember having to memorize the core competencies. And because I never really memorized them, and because we really explored the space that was that was required to be embodied by each competency, because you started understanding, it became so internalized that you lived them, and it became very natural in the coaching conversations. So quite inevitably, really getting the coaching mindset has been my biggest learning arc, growth arc in this course. um, I'm sure a lot of work has gone behind bringing this course to all of us. It seems very effortless, but I'm sure a lot of work has gone behind the scenes to design each session so that each participant learner really gets the meaning of each competency, and that gets evidenced in the peer sessions or in the coaching sessions that we do after that. And you see that, you can see the difference, because in a lot of peer sessions, I saw the transactional manner in which the competencies were getting addressed by coaches. And for me, I was not even trying to think of the competencies when I was having the coaching session. It was all very natural, and we were hitting quite a number of them. So I think the ontological approach was uh, quite magically, but it was the shortest route to really getting the coaching mindset, uh, I think, than any other way of doing it. So when you start understanding the being of trust, like what is it to really trust somebody, and what does trust mean, and how is it to be trustworthy, when you start really getting these things, and as they bring about changes in my way of being, then it is a package deal. You can't just limit it to the coaching conversations. uh, my entire life has got affected and impacted. I see my entire perspective has changed. So I see it when I interact with my daughter, or when I interact with other people in the workspace, and my colleagues. So yeah, it has definitely impacted almost every area of my life. So for example, and the meaning of trust and safety, uh, has really changed things for me with both my 16-year-old and my 9-year-old. There has been really open communication as I be non-judgmental, as I don't uh, think of anything as right or wrong, and there is much more communication. And as I let go of my need to advise, uh, and as the space gets created where they are comfortable to talk and voice whatever is that they are feeling in the moment, and there is that much more transparency, and there is that much more an open atmosphere in the house. So that's happened uh, over time. So yeah. um, I think listening skills are something which definitely have had a shift for me. As I said, listening from a place that confirmed uh, what I what I knew, or what I thought, to really listening with curiosity to where the person is at, and then to listen to a play from a place where I'm curious about, or where I can uh, listen from a place where the client really wants to be. It's compassion at work, it's empathy at work, uh, and that's happened. So now it's like when Raven used to kind of talk to us, and there were questions like, can you hear the sunset? So, and then questions like, who do I need to be for my client to have that shine in their eyes? So that's the question really. Who do I need to be in the situation? And then you listen from that place, and you listen from that position or that perspective. That's been a change for me. It's a journey. It's a path that I'm on. It requires a lot of self work, and but I see the benefits, and I it's an enjoyable thing. So I'm I love the course on Coacharya. Everything was very beautifully tied in, just enough. So the LMS is excellent. It has pages and pages for of reading material. There's an ebook on coaching by Ram. It's wonderful. Um, there are there are a lot of resources from various places which I found like really useful. The peer coaching platform is again excellent. You don't really need to kind of search in case you're not really a practicing client, and it's a learning place where you practice with peers, and it's unique. um, you learn a lot there, and then somehow sometimes you come across really advanced level, PCC level, MCC level coaches, and that really opens it up for you sometimes. So that's really good. The entire thing it feels very effortless, but like, and I'm sure a lot of work goes behind it, but very timely, reminders, mails. It's awesome. The Coacharya platform is extremely good. The course content is so phenomenal. This ontological approach to coaching, The facilitators, Reva and Tracy, have been life changing. I mean, I feel sometimes it's such a gift of the universe to kind of, come across this course and to do it at just the time when I needed it. So it has been really good. Um, I think it has been quite a journey. It's been pretty good. And also, they have these weekly webinars where they bring in, people who would speak on topics which are so relevant, not only to the advanced level coaches, but also to beginners. Even things like, how to set up your coaching business, which I think is extremely useful, and they really add a lot. So I think the entire package is it's pretty useful, and I think I love being on this course. I think at the end, I'm just full of gratitude for having done this course, for this entire perspective and this entire new world which has opened up for me. So I'm pretty happy, and I think I would recommend it to anybody who wants to be on the path of, and even people who are leaders, or who want to get introduced to coaching. Uh, People who want to be on the path of self-discovery. I think this coach is useful for a lot of people, for a lot of different kinds of